Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yachodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yachodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanacharina Yamunatira Vanacharina Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yachodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanacharina Jai Radha Madhava Hari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Javam Vishnapat Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stodra Sadasri Srimad Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, chapter 19, King Ayati achieves liberation. Text 5 and 6. Text 5 I will read it, then 6 we will chant together. Sotirya kupat shushroni tameva chakame kila taya vritham samotviksha bhavyo jhakanta kamini. Please repeat. Pivanam Smasrulam Preshtam Mitvamsam ह्यावकोविधं सः एकः अजवृषः तासां भवीनां रतिवर्धनः रेमे कामग्रह कृष्टः आत्मानं न अवबुध्यत पीबानं श्मश्रुलं प्रेष्ठं मेध्वांसं यावकोविदम् स एकोज्वर्षस्तासां भवीनां रतिवर्धनः रेमे कामगृहकृष्ट आत्मानं नावबुध्यत पीबानं श्मश्रुलं प्रेष्ठं मेध्वांसं यावकोविधम् स एकोजौषस्तासां भवीनां रतिवर्धनः रेमे कामग्रहकृष्ट आत्मानं नावबुध्यत पीबानं श्मश्रुलं प्रेष्ठं मेध्वांसं यावकोविधम् स एकोजौषस्तासां भवीनां रतिवर्धनः रेमे कामग्रहकृष्ट आत्मानं नावबुध्यत Please stand. देवानां श्मश्रुलं प्रेष्ठं मेध्वांसं यावकोविदम् स एकोजवर्षस्तासां भवीनां रतिवर्धनः रेमे कामग्रहकृष्ट आत्मानं नावबुध्यत सेवानं श्मश्रुलं प्रेष्ठं विद्वांसं यावकोविधम् Eme kamakrakashta Atmanam navabudhyata Pivanam smashrulam preshtam Idvamsam Yasakovitham Taeko Svajasa Manam Hava Bhutyata. Hare Krishna. Mataji. Devhanam Smashalam Preshtam Medvamsham Yavakovitham Eko Jharshasthasam Vavirham Rativardhanaha Reme Kama Graha Krishna Atmanam Navabudhyata Pivanam, very stout and strong. Smasrulam, having very nice mustache and beard. Preshtam, first class. Midvamsam, expert in discharging semen. Yavakovitam, expert in the art of sexual intercourse. Saha, that he got. Ekaha, alone. Ajavar Shaha, the hero of the gods. Tasam, of all the she-gods. Bhavinam, the great number. Rati Vardhanaha, could increase the lusty desire. Reme, he enjoyed. Kama Graha Krishtaha, being haunted by the ghost of lusty desire. Atmanam, his own self. Na, not. Avabudhyata, could understand. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Translation. When the she-goat, who had very nice hips, got out of the well and saw the very handsome he-goat, she desired to accept him as her husband. When she did so, many other she-goats also desired him as their husband because he had a very beautiful bodily structure and nice mustache and beard, and was expert in discharging semen in the art of sexual intercourse. Therefore, just as a person haunted by a ghost exhibits madness, the best of the he-goats, attracted by the many she-goats, engaged in erotic activities and naturally forgot his real business of self-realization. Purport. Materialists are certainly very much attracted by sexual intercourse. Yen maitunadi grahameti sukham hi tucham. Although one becomes a grahastha or householder to enjoy sex life to his heart's content, one is never satisfied. Such a lusty materialist is like a goat, for it is said that if goats meant for slaughter get the opportunity, they enjoy the sex before being killed. Human beings, however, are meant for self-realization. Tapo divyam putrakayena sattvam sudhet yasmat brahma saukyam tvanantam. Human life is meant for realization of the self, and the spiritual soul within the body. Dehinosmin ta dehe. A materialistic rascal does not know that he is not the body, but a spiritual soul within the body. However, one should understand his real position and cultivate knowledge by which to get free from the bodily engagement, like an unfortunate person who acts madly, haunted by ghosts. A materialist haunted by the ghost of lust forgets his real business so that he can enjoy so called happiness in the bodily concept of life. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikas Swami Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Parshatya Deshatharane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Again, translation. When the she goat, who had very nice hips, got out of the well and saw the very handsome he goat, she desired to accept him as her husband. When she did so, many other she goats also desired him as their husband, because he had a very beautiful bodily structure and a nice mustache and beard, and was expert in discharging semen and in the art of sexual intercourse. Therefore, just as a person haunted by a ghost exhibits madness, the best of the he-goats, attracted by many she-goats, engaged in erotic activities and naturally forgot his real business of self-realization. Hare Krishna. So we are continue to hear this analogy narrating by King Yayati. He is trying to explain to his wife Devyani that what they are doing for many, many years, the sense gratification is completely, nonsense. And so better come to our sense so we, engage for the self-realization. So that's the point he wants to make, and he made the analogy, the allegorical story about the he goat and she goat. And so last class we heard that obviously is same, his own story he is just telling through this goat story. So we all know that this verse says that Devyani was in the well, and the he goat, the Ayati, came and served her, then married her, and not only her, and many other girls. Sarmishta was there, and her friends, they all got married to him. So that is a description is given here. So the verse says that the he goat is attracted by seeing the she goat having very nice hips, and this kind of description, and many places, several places in Bhagavatam, we can find the man also is attracted when he see the woman's different, part of the body, especially this very high hips and breast is very attractive for men. And Srila Prabhupada says in one part that the women's large hips are very attractive and they stimulate men's passion. And Srila Prabhupada also, in another purport, he says, just as a child is attracted by a beautiful doll, similarly, a demon who is less intelligent and full of ignorance is attracted by material beauty and an appetite for sex. The godly person knows that this is nicely dressed and ornamented attraction of a high breast, high hips, beautiful nose, and fair complexion is Maya. So, is the same thing for the demoniac people, looks very attractive, and for person who is spiritually advanced, and he sees as a Maya. So we all know the definition of Maya means which is not. Although it's looking very attractive, very beautiful, very nice, but actually nothing is there. Like the day Ram Kumar Prabhu was explaining, what is the attractive? It's just the skin, which is very thin layer. If this skin if it's transparent, or if you just sometime some accident, something happens. I think he had a recently accident, so he had experience. Sometimes, our skins goes out. Then you see, even though it's your own body, which is you are every day trying to put nice makeup, nice, clean and put soap, but you don't like to see when the skin is, goes off, then, because it's not, it's so bad. Even we don't like our own body. What to speak of others, seeing without the skin. But that is the, way how the Creator is construct the woman body in such a way that it looks very beautiful, and even the voice of women for men is very much attractive. Many times we see nowadays people are so much in the modern days, just by hearing the voice through phone, they completely bewilder, or by seeing her picture. Nowadays in the social media, so many of them are attracted. They never met before, but just by seeing their picture in the social media, and they become attracted, and then the man is sitting somewhere in the completely remote village in South India, and the girl is somewhere in the USA, and they attracted each other and they get married. Recently there was a news. The girl was from somewhere in Germany, and the Tamil boy, they got attracted through Facebook, and then they got married. It was big news. So like that, we see the people, they don't have to even see as a person in the front of them. They just by hearing the voice, by seeing the picture, they become so much attracted, and they. So this is amazing how the Creator, is constructing the features of the women for men, or other vice versa also for men's. Like here, the description we see, nice beard, mustache, and you know. All these things is, and men also we can see nowadays to attract, go to the gym and, build a six-pack body. Yeah, that's now in Tamil cinema industry, this is like very much, you know, uh, every actor should have the six-pack body. Otherwise, you are not considered as a good actor. But this is how uh, created. But actually, if you see in the uh, all the spiritual people, even though if they are not, you know, uh, Vaishnava philosophy, practitioner of the Vaishnavism, or even if they are Mayavadis, even if they are impersonalists, they all see this kind of sense enjoyment as a, you know, tucham. You know, in Tamil there is a word citrinbam. Means the happiness which is derived from this senses, especially the sexual intercourse, is considered a very, very small thing. And the ecstasy which you get from the spiritual process is called perinbam. Is a kind of unlimited. It's very big. So, why? Because practically we see that the people, even though enjoying this for thousands of years, they are trying to be happy, but no one is happy. And that day again, Ram Kumar Prabhu said that there are more than 200 ways people trying to enjoy this sex, but I was surprised. I didn't know that. So many ways you can. I don't know how they're imagining all these things. Even that must be completely crazy to think so many ways. But still, they're not happy, even though they ultimately they end in frustration. And many of these rich people and all the sense gratifier, many of them, they also get some realization in the end. Like Prabhupada quotes very often this C.R. Das. He was very rich, very famous. He was very good friend of Gandhi, and he had very good influence, and and he had all the kinds of enjoyment, but still he was not happy. He was desiring to become a mendicant. Just he wants to give up everything, become a sadhu. That was his desire. And not only that, the many devotees also. I remember there was a program in Bombay, in Cross Maidan. When Prabhupada was there, that time they had a Pandal program. So to remember that, the devotees who are all joined those days in that Cross Maidan program, they come together and they organize after 30 years again in same Cross Maidan similar program. So I had a opportunity to be there, and one day evening, His Grace Ambarish Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada's disciple, many of you heard about him. He's from very rich background, and he gave Bhagavatam class. And in the class, there was more than 10,000 people were there. It's very big pandal and very big crowd, and he gave very nice class. And one very nice point I remember, he said that the people here in Bombay, they wants to make Bombay like a New York City. But That's not so impressive because already there is one city is there. Why you want to copy like something else, you know? So I was not impressed when I heard this. Anyway, in the New York or any other big city, which is people think is very good place for enjoyment, but I went out until the end of that, the so-called enjoyment. I didn't find anything like that. There is no any enjoyment. And when he said, it was really powerful because he's really rich and he's really, means it's not that if I say, Krishna Das, what is this? You come from some, poor family and, some village. What do you know about enjoyment? People may just, may not take it seriously. But when he said, it was really powerful and it was, you can see the crowd was appreciating, and which was very impressive. Fine. And it's real, and he's not bluffing something, And he said that I really realized the word, the enjoyment, when I came to the shelter of Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. Before that, I know the word enjoyment, but I didn't know what it means. I tried till the end of that, but I never found anything like that. That was his statement. But still, foolishly, Maya is bewilders the people, and they try in so many ways, and again and again, chewing the chew. Puna puna charvita charvanana. They go on trying, and they never happy. And here, Srila Prabhupada is quoting in the purport that from Bhagavatam, from 7th canto, the enmaitanati krihameti sukham hitucham. This word is here, that like similar to the Tamil word, citrinbam. Is really very not worthy to so much hard work to, earn money, use sweat. Sometimes people even, they have to work so hard, even the blood comes out of their mouth and then the foam comes, and there's so much struggle to earn money just for this enjoyment. In the daytime, Prabhupada said that they by hard work, they spend all their blood, and in the night time, by sex enjoyment, again, they waste their blood by sex. But actually, it's not really enjoyment. So, therefore, Srila Prabhupada said that real enjoyment is in the spiritual life. And very often Prabhupada gives another example from these hippies. They also tried so many ways. They didn't want to follow as their fathers, grandparents, and like that. Again, repeating same way of life. They want something different, without any restriction, with anybody, with anywhere. Live naked and just have sex anytime. But even they are not happy. And Prabhupada came there, and so many of them attracted to Prabhupada's kirtan, and they joined in the movement. So, but even people who are not really enjoying, they also will push others. Like very few of us become a brahmachari and, trying to serve the Lord. But people won't accept. Most of the time when you meet the people, why not to get married? Why he is wearing white and he is married person? Then you can also get married. Why not? If he is practicing devotional service, why you cannot? They will push all the time. I remember a few years back, my father led body. I went there and, I have to stay overnight there to finish all the rituals. So, and quite some relatives were there. And one of my cousins is there. She started to ask some questions. I thought, oh, maybe she's, inter- interested. But after 2, 3 questions, she started to push me to, come back home and, get married. I say, I am already, 40, 43, 44 that time, So what's the point now getting married? But she was go on pushing. Then I asked her, you are married, are you happy? And as soon as I asked, and she just start so much tears coming and started crying. I didn't know that she was already married and divorced because I was not in touch with family for years. So I didn't know that. Otherwise I wouldn't even ask that question. But I just asked, but she just next moment started to cry so much. And she just left from that place. So my point is that you can understand she's so much suffering, and she understands this marriage life is completely, is useless, and she's herself is not happy, but still she's pushing me to get married. Yeah. So this is the point. Even if they, get married, as we heard Sunday, that they put so many conditions, and then, even nowadays, people are not even looking these bodily features, these things. Sometimes it's happened, but mostly they look for money. I know one person for quite some years, and he is young, looking handsome, and very nice, but not so rich. He just earned money just to live, simple person, and very good-hearted, from very good family. And he's trying to get married for so many years, and he's not able to get married. The girls, everyone is pushing to have one house, first condition, and then not to live with parents, and then, like that, so many conditions. And one of the girl put condition that in the house kitchen should not be there. Every day, every time we should just order from the hotel outside and eat. No cooking. The boy and parents, they completely shocked when they just left the same moment when they hear the condition. So what do you understand from this? They just want man to supply their needs and enjoy sex. That's all. They think that will make them happy, but it's not. There are so many people, so many ways they're trying. No one is happy. Why they are not stopping? Why they are not, stop the, trying to be happy in this sex? Because they think they are this body. The body is, to satisfy the body, to satisfy the senses are the goal of life. So they try. If not today, then tomorrow. Maybe not day after tomorrow. Maybe next week. Maybe next month. I will be happy. So they go on trying. Because they think this is the goal of life. So achieve the goal, don't stop. Just go on, try till you achieve the goal. But this never happens, unfortunately. So, therefore, Prabhupada here he says that actually the real goal of life is to realize who we are. Without realizing who we are, and we will go on trying to enjoy the senses, and we will never be happy. And instead of getting attracted to this material beauty, better get attracted to the real beauty in spiritual life. The real beauty is Radha Krishna. The truth, the real beauty is one who is attracted by the beauty of Radha and Krishna cannot be attracted by the false beauty of this material world. Srila Prabhupada says. And really, if you see the Prabhupada, the way established this movement, especially the deity worship, and his works, and we see that when people come, see the very beautiful, decoration of the deity and the dressings, and they attracted. They just sometimes, myself, I had experience first time, and devotees took me to Mayapur. We came in the midnight, and then morning we couldn't come for Mangalarti somehow, it's very late. So then we came for Darshanarti, at least myself, I came for Darshanarti. And, first time in my life, I had darshan of Radha Madhav, first Radha Krishna deity, and with Ashtasakis and a huge altar, and, Govinda Madhipurusham song is, and singing, and then the thousands of devotees in the temple hall. It was so amazing. It was like, I was not like standing on the earth, like some completely like a different feeling, and so much inspired me. That moment, somehow Krishna inspired me. Okay, just when you go home and just come and join the ashram like that, some idea I got at it, It was really, I remember that moment, that you'll never forget. Because it's really, of course, I'm not all the time in that, it will be very nice if you always remember that moment. But you can see that many times, we have experienced also some life members when we take them, even devotees, when they come in front of Radha Shamsundar in Vrindavan, or in front of Mayapur, Radha Madhava deities, first time they see the Radha Krishna deities, and it's so beautiful. And really they're attracted. They just stand and they forget everything. So if we go on engaging, hearing about the Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, about Radha Krishna, and then, we develop really taste to see their beauty, to be attracted with their beauty. We'll be very eager to have, come have everyday darshan of the Lord, and very eager to be in kirtan, very eager to be listening Bhagavatam class, and it will inspire. That is real attraction, that's real enjoyment. Once devotees ask, what is the goal of life? Srila Prabhupada said, enjoying. Sense gratification. Prabhupada very nicely said. In Krishna consciousness, the real sense gratification. Really that is, because, and another time, Prabhupada, they asked Prabhupada, what is the goal of life? Prabhupada said, to revive our intimate relationship with God. Means, then later Prabhupada started to explain why. Because Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure. And if you revive your relationship with Krishna, because he is always enjoying, he is always in bliss, he is always very happy. And naturally, if you associate with him, you be with him, and then you are also, going to enjoy the life. That is real enjoyment, being with Krishna, seeing Krishna, hearing Krishna. So that is our goal. For that, we have to realize that we are not the body, we are spirit soul. Without this basic understanding, there is no way. And there is so many ways Prabhupada explained to us very easy way to understand the body and soul is two different things. Krishna himself is giving some analogies, like Vasamsi Jinani Vihaya Shloka is there, and Prabhupada gives the example the body compared to the car, and the soul is compared to the driver. Without driver, car doesn't move. And the difference between the dead body and the live body. That so many ways Prabhupada is explained to us. And it's not so difficult to understand it. But the thing is, we go on forget after hearing the class, and the next moment, as soon as we come out of the temple, and we forget it. So therefore, Prabhupada is recommend us that go on hearing, always. Hearing holy name, hearing Harikatha, go on all the time. Then we will not forget. So one day, if we really get full attraction to Krishna's beauty, then we will not have any more attraction to this material bodily attraction. Hare Krishna. So I stop here. Is there any comments or question? Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Also?
New York, no, I remember a book is when His Grace Mukunda Prabhu was here. He always used to kind of make a fun. He said, "So are you coming from Los Angeles?" He used to ask because nowadays we can see all this city. First, I couldn't relate what he's speaking. Then I realized, okay, Bangalore become Los Angeles, all these different ideas and conceptions. And another point that from this verse I remember is this Kama Graha Grasta. One of the verses in the Bhagavatam where Prahlad Maharaj is being quoted as little different but quite a similar this thing. Krishna Graha Grihitatma. So he was completely absorbed by the influence of Krishna. So just remembering that was an interesting one. And also in one of the 7th canto, there is another verse also where the Graha Grasta has been mentioned where when a devotee, when Narada Muni is explaining about the glory of devotee and devotional service, he points out that when a devotee is completely absorbed in Krishna's service, he also becomes like, is haunted, but he's haunted by the holy name and he chants and he completely forgets all the material situations and like that. It's very nice. Narada Muni is, when Prahlad was in the womb, so he was explaining that. So unfortunately we are in the situation of Kama Graha Grasta, but we have to become Krishna Graha Grasta. So that was interesting.
Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.